The only solution is separation.
Would you ever get into politics, Muhammad?
No, sir, because see, when you people discuss things, they're not our problems. See, I'm looking at the black people as a nation, and all of our problems, you all don't have nothing to solve them. See, we need a spiritual, divine man, and I believe Elijah Muhammad is that man. We have prostitution problems in New York City mainly, and all I see is the black sisters being used by all type men, and ain't no politicians mentions it. We got dope problems, gang fighting among self, a lack of love for self, no respect for our women. We don't have no property. We don't have no land. We worked 400 years to make this country the wealthiest country on the planet. None of you politicians talk about repaying us for the 400 years of slave labor. You're not the ones who slaved us, who lynched us or raped us, but your people stole the property and left it with you, and you still guilty because you keep it. All the TV stations, all the electricity, the Ramada Inns, the Holiday Inns, all the land, everything is yours. So ain't nothing in politics for us.
We do believe in separation, standing on our own feet, among our own kind, and solving our own problems. And that's the only way you'll get a solution to the vital race problem in this country.
We can avoid reality, but we cannot avoid the consequences of avoiding reality. Are we ready for real change? Because this so-called black community is currently reaching critical mass. I hope you're not expecting for this to fix itself. It's only going to get worse. So what's the plan moving forward? How are we going to correct this toxic environment?
I was capping, I was like, cause they do the yelling, I was cracking. I'm like, what? I'm like, nigga, who? I was born to shoot, I got aim. I'm like Johnny Dane, when it come to chase.
We outside tonight. We outside tonight. These niggas trying to sign me for $1,000. Now, man, I got $1,000. What y'all niggas talking about? I got it, nigga. I'm voting them. Nigga, I come slide on y'all block with the Glock out. Hold 16 shots, boy. Hit 16 niggas at the same time. And he came with some hollow, boy.
What's your song?
I'm at town, stuck on my red.
Ooh.
Stuck on my red light. No.
Go ahead.
You trying to see me, you trying to see me, you trying to say what's up.
Let's go.
Downtown, going downtown.
Ooh. All right. Just say it, girl. Ooh. That's how you know.
Before we continue, this video will be one of my last Real Talk TV episodes. I seriously need to get back to animating my original animated series. I hope you'll bear with me because I've got a lot to get off my chest, and I can't move forward with my animations until I get these concerns off my brain. In fact, we're just going to rant for the remainder of this video. As a black man living in Babylon, sometimes you just need to vent.
I hate it here. I'm not happy. I hate it here.
Make sure you like the video. Nothing is more disheartening than seeing these children being reared into today's thug and thought culture. I partly blame the parents for not shielding these young innocent minds from street culture. I say partly because many parents, or maybe I should say single mothers, don't know any better than what their uninformed single mothers taught them.
Love and love me back.
Is your daughter the first person you've ever loved?
I really, really love my daughter.
2 months after the birth of their baby, Lorinda was pregnant again by Darren. This time she had an abortion. She didn't think she could handle 2 little children while still a teenager herself. Your grandmother was a single woman with a child. Your mother, a single woman with a child. Now you. Why is that happening?
I really didn't plan on getting pregnant, but if I really had somebody to really sit down and talk to, like really express my feelings to them, I don't think none of this would have happened. And then when it did happen, my grandmother's like, I told you this, I told you this, tell me nothing.
It's a vicious, matriarchal cycle that gets worse with every generation. This isn't going to end well for Black America's future. Seeing these children already exhibiting these toxic traits lets me know that the matriarchal lifestyle is not only spinning on its own axis, but it's also being reinforced.
What would you rather instill into your children? The choice is yours.
This means that the standards and morals of yesterday have been eroded down and ultimately transformed into a new modern-day pathology. The end result? The behavior that was once considered bad has now become normalized.
We are in a fucking crisis, a pandemic with this single mother and shit. But it is a proven fact that single mother households produce the worst product.
Facts.
It's
That's
a
100%
fact.
yeah.
If you take 2-parent households, single father household, single mother household, statistically based on facts, the household with the woman heading it by herself produces the worst product. And for our people, for Black people, for African American people, those single mother households are the reason why prisons are filled with a good majority of our
You are 100%
people, right? So these are facts. You sit this on the table. Here go the fact. And then you say, so y'all need to start valuing men being involved in the lives of your children. I can't make you be with your baby daddy, or we can't say that somebody has to stay with somebody, because we know that children are being born out of situations where the two people aren't healthy together.
Yeah.
But you having access to a man and a woman during your upbringing needs to be brought back. You having access to a man and a woman during your upbringing needs to be brought back.
Can you honestly look at these 4 clips and not see a problem? How does this happen? Well,
Before white America gave you urban renewal, redlining, blockbusting, eminent domain, housing projects, welfare, Iran-Contra crack cocaine affair, Nixon's war on drugs, COINTELPRO, mass incarceration, and feminism, Black America owned 20 million acres of land, 4 out of 5 families had both parents in the home, and there were hundreds of self-sufficient Black communities all throughout America.
we are at least 4 to 5 generations from the prime familial patriarchal structure of the past. When was the last time your family had a nuclear household? The patriarchal standard is the only orientation that yields the best outcomes for families, communities, and society. Every subsequent generation that does not practice the patriarchal standard will lose its core values over time, and families, communities, and society will decline as a result. Ladies, if you desire to be under a man's covering, then you must be what he considers a quality woman. Are you worthy of being under a man's umbrella? To be in that position, you must meet his expectations, because men control access to relationships, not women. So you're either worthy of protection and provision, or you're not. For those in camp matriarchy, stop hating on younger women who want to be wives instead of single mothers. You either qualify to be under a man's covering, or you don't. How you move in life and who you choose to entertain determines if you apply. Only wives are to be covered, not 304s, thoughts, or boss babes. If you're uncovered, simply ask your mother or your preference why.
I've realized a lot of women that are, and was, daddy girls are all married and successful. Us women that really didn't have daddy are toxic AF, and at times do not know how to treat a man because we never really had a man in our life. Fathers really do matter in the children's lives.
If you're not under a man's covering, or you have never seen your mother under a man's covering, then your ability to choose the right man will be insufficient, defective, or downright toxic. Your children need to see a functional relationship/marriage between their mother and father. They cannot act on something they've never seen. Your parents and/or single parent gives you the blueprint on how to choose and treat your mate. Your child will follow your example, not your advice. In other words, mothers and fathers under a patriarchal orientation will teach their daughters how to choose a man and how to keep a man. They will also teach their sons how to be a man and treat a woman. When we are dealing with the single mother setup, the daughter doesn't know how to choose or keep a man, and the son doesn't know how to be a man or treat a woman. The farther you get away from the nuclear family, it's almost impossible to get it back, simply because you cannot act on something you've never seen.
I saw a post today that said the problem is men are being told what a real man is by women who grew up and had no father. And when I tell you the gasp that I gasped, because it's low-key true. From what I've noticed, the women that are the loudest, the most boldest, the most vocal when it comes to telling a man how he's supposed to operate are indeed the women who grew up with no fathers. And it's just crazy because how can you tell a man what he's supposed to be doing when you've never had that example in your life? It's like, what example are you following? What are you measuring up this idea of a man in your head is to what a man in reality is supposed to be? You can't tell a man how to be a man because you're not a man. Just like a man can't tell a woman how to be a woman because he's not a woman. This is why accountability within our community is so correct, because it's true, not a lot of us have that example of what it means to have a father in your life, or what it means to have a father that's active in your life to show you what a good man is, and vice versa. And that's okay, like that's why we are here. That's why accountability is so important, so that we can learn, unlearn, and relearn the things that we might have missed out on to avoid that in the future and set a better example for our own children one day.
Give your children a functional blueprint. They are watching and will likely repeat your actions, habits, and behaviors, good or bad. Once the matriarchal orientation begins, the ass-backwards relationship dynamics within the community will slowly start to spin on its own axis. We can thank the thug and thought music industry promotions, social media, reality TV, and our own ignorance for reinforcing this subculture. It used to be women choosing the wrong man. Now, I believe that women don't date losers by mistake or coincidence. The man she chooses to sleep with is actually on her level. Her imprint was predestined to be Ray Ray, Pookie, and hood niggas. It's by design when you live in Babylon. Let me explain.
You feel, however, that we're making progress in this country and worldwide?
No. I will never say that progress is being made. If you stick a knife in my back 9 inches and pull it out 6 inches, there's no progress. If you pull it all the way out, that's not progress. The progress is healing the wound that the blow made. They won't even admit the knife is there.
If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you enjoy my content and want to see more, there's many ways to support the channel. Check out the online store, check out the comic books, or you can make a donation or become a patron. Thanks for watching.
Like when you look at Russell and Sierra, you know, the verses get centered around Russell is what y'all fucking kids need. But a lot of you probably couldn't maintain a guy like that because you so hot in the ass that if you're not getting certain excitement, you finna run out and pass your pussy out everywhere. And you know what I mean?